Kame House Party.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to Kame House Party for another week. I am Vince.
I am Aaron.
And we are the hosts of the worlds and universes #1 and bestest Dragon Ball comedy watch-along podcast. Oh boy, we got another great episode waiting in the wings. We got another exciting episode of Dragon Ball Z to talk about. But before we get into all of that, and look, maybe you're new here. Let me bring you in. Hold up. Come on, bring it in. Get a
Take a
little close. Take a knee. All right, boys, take a knee. People, take a knee. All right. So our opponent wants us to get right into the podcast. They want us to jump down their throat with explanations and descriptions of what happened in this week's episode of Dragon Ball Z. I'm here to tell you we're not playing by their speed, we're playing by our speed. We're going to do things the way we always do. You hear me? And that first thing that we always do is what we like to call Kame housekeeping.
Please be a coach.
It's so
My
natural.
coach.
It's so natural. It makes me sick.
I need you to wear an Under Armour polo in just the worst pit states.
Absolutely. Because I only wear that polo to practice.
That's not your church polo.
Exactly. You have that one. Everybody had a church polo. Don't lie and say you didn't have a church or equivalent religious polo that you wore to every religious event.
We had to do button up. It was white button ups because of the Mormons, because of the Mormonism.
Okay.
But yes, of course.
Look, I was an usher at my church, Cornerstone Fellowship Baptist.
What's that address?
It's fine. You don't need to know. It's moved. It's moved. You can't go to my church. Don't show up there. They know who I am. They listen to the podcast religiously.
Well, it's the only way they can do things.
Well, look. We've look. All right, eyes on me. Back. We gotta get back on topic. Ready?
On
break.
3.
On 3, we're gonna get into the Kame housekeeping
Hands in.
section. All right, hands in.
Mm-hmm.
Viewing audiences, this is for you, listeners.
Put your hand. If you're in the car, put your hands in.
Because the first piece of Kame housekeeping is the wait.
Mm-hmm. You got it.
Okay. The 1
It's
minute roundup. Whistle sound. Tweet.
Oh, I did it. I ran the 4-minute mile. I finally did it.
Oh my God. Did I do it? Did I run the 4-minute mile?
Stephen, I'm so sorry. I barely did it, and you were a few seconds behind me, so
Wait, did you say I was a few seconds ahead or behind? A few
behind.
seconds. Oh no. I didn't make the 4-minute mile.
No. Oh,
You know
Stephen,
what that means, Gary.
I do know what that means.
You
You have to leave the real world house.
I have to leave the real world house. And you know what? It's about time I stopped running laps. It started getting real.
All right. Okay. Let's just go to this corner so you can do an interview. We'll interview together.
All right. So, me and Gary, we were partners in this challenge. It was to run a 4-minute mile. First one who finished the 4-minute mile gets to stay in the house. I said, let's do this.
Mhm. And then, I mean, please also, we're looking at the footage as we're doing this interview, and I hope they don't show a certain part. Nope, they did. It's where I tied your shoelaces together.
What? I thought that was a
Then
ghost.
No, it was me, Gary, your best friend since 2 weeks ago when we first met.
We've been best friends for 2 weeks, and you
I
do
know.
this?
I can't leave the house yet. I haven't discovered who I am as someone in their early 20s.
As someone in their late 20s, let me just tell you, it's not all it's cracked up to be. You burned these bridges. You can't come back from that. You tied these shoes. They're never coming untied. They're still not untied.
It's honestly super impressive that you did the mile in 4.5 minutes. And scene.
So that is our improvised scene that we do at the top of every show to loosen or tighten our improv muscles for whatever scene, the conversation. Oh, the sound effects hit real good. Whatever our conversation of this week's episode may lead us toward. And with that out of the way, we can get into the 1 minute roundup proper, where one of us, this time Aaron, has 60 seconds. I'm alliterating and enunciating because I want you to hear that he only has 60 of those seconds to get you caught up to everything that's happened in Dragon Ball Z. It's like 148 episodes and over 150 plus episodes of Dragon Ball. We're rounding it all up. Everything gets rounded up in this minute. And we do that so you don't have to go back and listen to every single episode of the podcast or watch every single episode of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z to get caught up to where we are. Though we know some of you like to do that stuff, and we're not going to yuck your yums. Go for it, you little binge pigs.
Binge pigs?
Binge
pigs. I'm like,
binge pig.
Wait a minute. Such language.
I did. Look, forgive. I was tested today.
After we just talked about church.
Look, God can't judge me. Just like I can't judge you. For Aaron, you are up for this week's 1 minute roundup. I have one question to ask you. Oh, he cracked his knuckles. I think I already know the answer, but here we go. We got to formalize it. Put it in the form of an email. Paper trail. Are you ready to round up?
Yes, I am. And here we go. Dragon Ball is about 7 magic crystal balls. You collect them all, you get any wish you want. It stars Goku. He's our man, but first he's our boy. He's going on a bunch of adventures. He's learning martial arts. He's making friends, turning enemies into friends. He's stopping a bunch of jerks from using Dragon Balls for evil. He does 3 tournaments. He wins the last one, gets married, has a kid. He finds out he's an alien because his brother came down from space. His brother kills him. He trains in the afterlife, comes back to life to fight more aliens from his home planet. He wins, but all of his boys die, so they have to go to a different planet to find more Dragon Balls. He meets some of the baddest dudes in the universe, but it's okay because he becomes a legendary Super Saiyan and he beats Frieza. Then he comes back to Earth. It turns out there's going to be androids in the future, and he's going to have a heart attack. And then the time comes where there are androids in the future, but there's also one android trying to suck up all the other androids to become the best android. And Goku just came back, and now he's waiting for his friends.
Well done.
Ooh,
well done.
Thank you.
You hit all the beats. I really like that. I think both of us fall victim to fondly remembering the Saiyan saga and the Frieza saga, and we linger on those a little too long, but they're
some
great.
Parts of the Frieza saga.
Some parts of the Frieza, we had no choice. The powers that be made a fight last a season of regular TV. But Aaron, thank you so much for your 1 minute roundup. I have to let the listeners know that they can send in their own 1 minute roundup to kamehousepartypod@gmail.com in the form of an MP3, a video, whatever you want to do. If you want to summarize everything that's happened in Dragon Ball and take the burden off of us, you're more than welcome to do so. Just send that into khppod.com or khppod@gmail.com. And use that subject header 1 minute roundup, and we'll play it on air.
Here's a fun challenge. Maybe you're not a wordsmith, but you are a traditional artist. You dabble in the visual medium.
Ooh.
Make a 1 minute SketchUp, and then we'll describe it in 1 minute.
Oh my God, a 1 minute SketchUp. Oh man, look, maybe
Paint
you're like,
up.
maybe you're
collage
like
up.
me, and you're a slave to slideshows and presentations. If you got the extra time and brain power, make a 1 minute slideshow. Make a slideshow. Make us describe it in 1 minute. I'd love to do that. Look, we're just throwing that stuff out there because we gotta move on, Aaron, to the final piece of Kame housekeeping, where I tell you, the listener, that Aaron and I watched two different versions of the show. I watched the English dubbed version while Aaron watches the Japanese language English subtitled version. We do that because comparing and contrasting is fun, and that's how we've always done it. And I'll be damned if tradition is broken. But yeah, here we go. For this week's episode of Dragon Ball Z, I'm going to start with my title because that's usually the first difference is the title. So here comes the English title for this week's episode. Episode 149 of Dragon Ball Z. He's here.
He's here.
See, that's what I wanted. I wanted to read it like that, but I don't know. There's no punctuation in mine. It's just he's. I mean, apart from the apostrophe, he's and here. So he's here. He's here.
Everyone hide.
Run and hide because he's here.
When I turn the lights on, jump up and say, surprise.
Everyone quiet.
Shit, I didn't tell him we were having a party. Be cool.
Everyone be cool. He's here. My dad to break up this party.
Mine doesn't have dad in it. I don't think it has here. I don't think it has he's.
Oh, there is possessive.
There is a possessive, yes.
Oh, okay.
At least.
We're not straying too far. I know I watched the correct episode.
So for the title of my episode from the original Japanese, roughly translated for episode 149 of Dragon Ball Z is How I Have Waited for This Day! Cell's Prologue to Perfection.
Oh, I got shivers. Shivers down me spine. I like that. I like
Prologue to Perfection. Webster's dictionary defines perfection as the state of being perfect.
I didn't know Cell got a TED Talk.
Like, what prepares one for perfection? Is it possible? Here are 8 things I learned while sucking up dudes and gals. And also other androids. And what you can apply to your own life.
Oh my God, it's a self-help TED Talk by Cell himself.
I can't look under your seats. It's my tail.
Ah!
For you see, perfection is a constant pursuit that never ends.
My goodness. I mean, and scene, because that got too real. Like I could see Cell sells self-help books by the seashore. It's
Cell sucks simps and Sally's. We all know the opposite of a simp is a Sally.
you know what, Webster? That's your turn for 2024. Here comes Sally. It's a total Sally over there. All the Nanami stands are Sally's. Okay, look, to reference another anime and how thirsty everybody is for those characters. I'm not trying to look. You could stay thirsty for Nanami. Okay, I get it, but I'm just glad I wasn't at any conventions to see Nanami cosplayers pull people's hair. That's all I'm glad I didn't get to see.
Because we've seen the videos.
They're all over the internet. Look, look. I mean, cosplay is not consent, but somebody did in that scenario.
It was asked for.
I hope politely, I bet.
Please.
Just like we have to politely get into this week's episode of Dragon Ball Z. I am again the fight that could never end. I could watch this fight for another 3 episodes, Aaron.
I hope we don't, but it is very good. Because we're just very front loaded.
Yep.
With fighting. I think there's a small exchange where it's just 17's like, oh, you're a very good opponent, but I don't care. I just want to know where Goku is. Piccolo, of course, he's no rat. He's not going to give up the whereabouts of Goku. So they're forced to fight. They're at an impasse.
Yeah. 17, I think, says something along the lines of, be logical. Just tell me where Goku is and you don't have to die. Piccolo responds, well, funny thing about humans, they're not very logical. I guess they rubbed off on me.
One particular one.
And the way he rubbed me was like a hug. I'd never experienced one of those before.
It was like a warm bowl of chlorophyll on a cold Namekian day.
More like Borophyll.
Hey, don't quote Happy Gilmore. I mean, not Happy Gilmore. The other one. Billy Madison. Hey, don't you quote Billy Madison.
Billy Madison. Oh, was I too late?
Oh, thanks. Thanks. Hey, 16, thank you. No, I appreciate it.
I was looking at a bird.
Yeah, I know.
But bird. The bird is the word.
Don't quote either Family Guy or
Family Guy.
16. 16. Okay, 16.
He was quoting that one episode of Family Guy.
You have to, if you're gonna tell me what the reference is, you have to be a little bit quicker.
Sorry, there are just so many birds.
You're covered in them, and their wastes.
Yeah, you look like a rock, some kind of rock lobster.
I'm gonna give you a little lead time. Just gonna wait a second before I say what that's from. Okay, so that's a beef.
Family Guy. Aaron, I think we had to hit the button because Android 16's database being filled with only Goku knowledge and only episodes of Family Guy is now canon, not Nick Cannon. It's true.
It's true.
Oh.
Of course. That's where Dr. Giro kept all his MOV files.
He kept them all in the same folder.
His MP4s. He's just a PSP.
If he's just a PSP, then Bulma has no excuse for taking this long to crack him. Boom.
Damn.
How you like that?
Got him.
Got him. Take that, Sony. Build a proper handheld. Why don't you?
Crack as in
Go for it.
play and put emulators on it, or I drop this and now it's cracked.
I mean, yes, and
Gotta love the PSP.
it sucks that Sony made a $300 tablet and people bought it. And people like it, but it's stupid.
The PSP.
No, the
You're talking
PlayStation
about
Portal.
this new dumb thing.
The new dumb thing.
Yeah, that's bullshit. PS5 not included.
But you know what is included in this fight?
Mm-hmm.
Lots of hands being thrown and Piccolo getting into 17's robotic head. He says at one point, you're good, but your punches lack stopping power. Goku hits much harder as he wipes the purple sweat off his chin.
That's good. He doesn't mention Goku in mine. He does say kind of the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But 17 is so mad. In mine, he says, that's pretty something about like that. That's funny because I'm the strongest man in history.
Oh, in history.
Napoleon, played by Joaquin Phoenix, a chump. The
Taft.
Joker, played by Joaquin Phoenix.
Yes, the Joker.
A loser. Johnny Cash, played by Joaquin Phoenix. Loser, compared to me.
Do we have one more?
Fuck. Her, starring Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix and her.
16. Was there an episode of Family Guy where Joaquin Phoenix was the guest star?
Yes. That one time when Peter met Joaquin Phoenix with Cleveland. Allow me to play Cleveland's audio. Peter, look, it's Joaquin Phoenix. Wow. End of bit.
Wait, that they just pointed out that Joaquin Phoenix was within their presence?
It was the second reference within a reference. We're talking season 9.
Sort of an anti-joke.
Everyone loved anti-jokes in 2010.
Well, it was the recession.
Thanks, Obama.
And scene.
Oh, 16, no. 16 being radicalized in front of our very eyes. Quick. Aaron, we have to cut to the lookout.
Another communication from Q. I'm the server her emails are stored on.
What's crazy is that there have been more leaks of sensitive government information from fucking Discord than any email thread that any politician's been on.
If you put a piece of information in an electronic form, it's done.
Yeah.
It is not secure. Pen
Absolutely
and paper,
not.
baby.
You got to write that shit down.
Or your own mind.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the most
Johnny
secure hard
Mnemonic is what
drive.
I'm talking about.
Back at the lookout, Gohan Gohan and Goku sensing this fight playing out, asking his dad if Piccolo can win. Goku's like, I don't think so, but if he can hold on, he might just live.
Ooh.
And the restraint that Gohan has to, put himself under to not go after and help Mr. Piccolo is pretty impressive. I know Popo's there
Why?
also to keep Gohan there, but
I know Goku said that Gohan would just get in the way. He's not quite strong enough yet.
mhm.
I guess that's the reason. I'm just like, Gohan, you can pop down for a second.
Well, that's my question. It's like I know they're not strong enough, but what we're seeing, at least right now, with that 3 years of training, like Piccolo can now, and with the fusion of Kami, Piccolo
Mhm.
can now go toe to toe with 17 for an extended period of time. I think even before we get that cutaway, 18 is like, hey, like, don't underestimate Piccolo. He's already stronger than we thought he would be. But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think, like, would it be more helpful if the other fighters got involved? Like a well coordinated destructo disc, I think could cut
Mhm.
an android in half. No?
I think so. I guess it comes down to if anyone else jumps in, then I think it becomes a free for all. And
Yeah.
that's the issue.
Hmm.
3 androids, and then
Yeah.
it's kind of over.
And then there's Yamcha. I keep forgetting he's
Yeah.
the largest liability.
Mm-hmm.
So we get back to the fight. The heavy blows ensue. They hit so hard they vaporize rock around them, eventually leading to a volcano explosion. And I have to ask, did Android 18 have a joke at the end of this scene?
It was, I mean, a snappy remark for
Okay.
sure. Not necessarily a joke. I mean, it was no Family Guy. What she said was, just how many islands are you going to destroy?
Okay. I like
Mhm.
that one. So they leaned more sitcom-y joke for
Yeah.
18. She says, men, you just have to destroy everything. And that's when the studio artist is like, woo!
The dog pound gets in there.
That's
There-
a PA has to quiet them down.
Rostinio's got to get to the next question. I mean, we are. We're always destroying stuff.
Yeah, of course. It's in our nature.
A bowl of popcorn.
Oh, destroy
Me?
that easy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
A bowl of pasta.
Yep.
This is just today for me.
I destroyed a sandwich today. I built it
Yeah.
myself, though,
Yeah.
like the
You
Amish
screamed. You screamed really hard and it just broke apart.
do. It broke apart. I was so hungry after that.
Lava came out of it.
I have to ask you something. Just as
Mhm.
we're on the topic of men destroying things. I had lots of stupid games at the lunch table throughout college and high school. One that did translate from high school to college was sandwich punching. Did this ever happen to you?
Have I heard about this?
Yeah, have you ever heard about this? Was I being bullied?
What is sandwich punching?
Okay, so the rule went, like, at least in college, because there were certain days where you got like deli meat sandwiches
Mm-hmm.
that were on the menu. The coveted sandwiches, Aaron. Like I'm
Mhm.
talking roast beef au jus, honey
Ooh.
glazed ham, oven roasted turkey sandwiches. Like these are
Ooh.
sandwiches that people would sneak out of the cafeteria and have later in their
Mhm.
dorm. But I had some friends who like to play a game where if you left your sandwich unattended or without a proper hat, i.e., like a chip, a pretzel, a napkin, if you did not cover your sandwich, it was fair game for it to be punched. Not. It didn't. Nobody was going like through the plate or anything, but
Yeah.
just knuckle your sandwich.
A knuckle sandwich for this regular sandwich.
Exactly. So your silence is screaming. No one else did this. And yes, I was bullied.
Did you were you a puncher? That's the question.
You know me, my Quaker upbringing. I'm a pacifist, baby. Nonviolence. I conflict resolution the hell out of their other sandwich. I said, now how did that make you feel watching that other sandwich get punched? You wouldn't like that to happen to you, would you?
Maybe. I like to smush if it's on like a sub roll. If we're talking about a hoagie, as they say around here. I gotta press that bad boy down. I wouldn't mind it that much.
Yeah, exactly.
Flatten it up.
Nobody minded it that much, but I am glad to know. And the next time I see these friends at the next reunion, I will let them know we did something wholly unique in our time in college.
I mean, I think that's a reach out to us. If that was also, if sandwich punching was a thing, if it took your school by storm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of what other I don't know. I just don't think I associated with people who fucked with my food. As precious as it is to me.
Yeah, no, I know. I messed up. I chose my friend. I chose poorly.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think there's definitely like putting your finger in someone's food to fuck with them. I've seen that.
The old
just like,
stealing of a fry.
I touched it, and it's like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
Oh, I was begging. Oh, every which way I am, I'm begging for French fries.
Yep. I just gained a reputation for eating everything. So anything that didn't get eaten by my friends at the lunch table was usually just slid to me. And it's just like, all right.
I definitely did some food dares of like, we put all these sauces in one thing.
Okay. Yeah, those are fun. Those are always fun. Did anybody ever get those like miracle berries? Have you heard of those?
Miracle berries.
They mess with your taste buds.
What land did you grow up in? What dimension are you actually from?
Welcome to the Mid-Atlantic where kids are bored.
What is a magical berry?
It was some kind of pill that
what treasure chest do I find this in?
I think it was like a Spencer's Gifts kind of thing.
Okay.
Right? Where you're supposed to give them to somebody and it messes with their taste buds, i.e. like salty things tasted sweet, sweet things tasted salty. And for a lot of people, it removed the ability to taste spicy stuff. So people were taking it and then like, hey, how much would you give me if I chugged this whole Tabasco? And then some people would entrepreneurially make a bunch of money around the lunch table. It's like, you won't chug that for $8. Like, hell, I will. And then that friend would then do it.
Okay, I don't think this is research because you brought it up.
Absolutely.
And I also have a spicy story. Syncypalum dulcificum.
Okay.
Is a plant.
I didn't know we were talking about Harry Potter.
It is a berry that, when eaten, causes sour foods, subsequently consumed, to taste sweet. This effect is due to miraculin. Common names for this berry are miracle fruit, miracle berry, miraculous berry, and sweet berry.
There we go.
Okay. It's not research. It has nothing to do with Dragon Ball.
It's nothing to do with Dragon Ball.
I'm just like, I had to know. So people are like, eat the magic berry, and then they can chug a Tabasco bottle.
Yeah.
I think in scout camp, we were coming back from somewhere. We were on a bus. I think this is the first time someone had like a habanero I'd ever seen. And I see this kid freaking the fuck out, and they are like, they're in pain. There are tears. I'm like, what happened here? And they said, well, we told him to take a bite of this pepper, and he did, and it was too hot. And I'm with a bunch of white kids, and as a half white kid, I was like, I can handle a spicy thing. My mother has trained me in these ways. I can do this. They're like, okay, just lick it. I'm like, all right. Oh, I was in so much pain without any water.
Oh,
on
no.
a bus. Like,
oh, no.
Driving half an hour back to camp. That was the kicker. It's like, does anyone have water, please? And they're like, no. I'm like, my hubris, my Thai hubris.
Man, well, it's not your fault. Like a Thai chili and a habanero chili pepper, different hemispheres, baby.
Very, very, very different.
Very different levels of spice.
I do feel like this was the beginning of the pain pepper.
Oh yeah.
People specifically like, what if this killed you?
Yeah.
Would that be good to eat?
What if I bred peppers to hurt you? Like that one guy in South Carolina who created a pepper. I think it's just called Pepper X, and it's the hottest pepper on the planet.
That's how he makes Powerpuff Girls.
That's the spice.
Mm-hmm.
The professor.
You can't, if you name a pepper after Wolverine.
Hey, bub, this pepper's got the X gene. It never runs out of spice. It always spits out seeds.
Your tongue better be covered in adamantium if you're gonna have this pepper, bub.
Shinked.
Hold on, give me a second. Gene, don't eat the pepper, Gene.
Cyclops would be like, easy, Logan. Jean can have the pepper if she wants. She has the power of the Phoenix. It can't be that hot.
Listen, Four Eyes, Slim, other hurtful words. You don't know what's best for Jean. You're trying to control her.
No, Logan, you're trying to control her by making her eat this hot pepper. Why don't you go and hot once, Logan?
Maybe someone who plays me will.
Now, boys.
Oh, Chuck. Cue ball. Wheels.
Hello, Logan. Yes, they're new.
Spitters.
24-inch chrome, Logan.
I didn't know you were down like that, Professor. Still have love for the streets, I see.
You all don't know this. Despite my accent, I grew up in Compton. Crips all day. Keep a blue flag.
Hanging from one of the handles.
Professor, I would have never guessed. No wonder you brought in someone like Logan as part of the team.
Hey, Stinky. What's that supposed to mean? Sorry, I'm running out of insults in reference to your mutant ability.
I'm sorry I'm so quiet. I just enjoyed that sick burn.
Yeah, no one likes you, Cyclops.
Yeah, it's true. I'm off to Cerebro to tell everybody how much we don't like you.
Tell everybody. Everyone hates you even more than me, Gambit.
Not this guy. Why don't you go back to Bourbon Street?
I live in Nicolas Cage's old house before he got popped for tax fraud.
See?
No, we.
No.
I am so tired.
And scene. And scene. Oh, Aaron, I have to switch hats for the video listeners.
Switching hats.
He's switching hats after
There we
that
go.
scene.
Check the YouTube channel to see what hat Vince switched to. True believer.
Excelsior.
I'm going to toot my own horn a little bit. I think I do an okay 90s animated series Wolverine.
You do more than okay, bub.
Oh. And of course, your Sir Patrick Stewart is always on point.
Thank you. You can give all credit to Gene Roddenberry for hiring him as Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the Starship Enterprise. I'm French.
I have a winery.
Any good rider always has his saddle. Just like every good. Oh wait, did you have something for that?
No, I'm trying. I agree with you. We should move on. We went from cafeteria to the X-Men,
Dude.
in a matter of 3 minutes.
This is what people are here for.
Seeing the breakdown of society in this microcosm of a podcast.
And look, we're talking about small things. Look, watch me. Small things, bald things, Krillin. Okay.
Mhm.
Krillin on looking like the rest of the Z fighters on Roshi's Island, frustrated that they can't do anything to help. I do like that Yamcha is the voice of reason between in this exchange. Like Krillin's like, we should go help. Tien's like, yeah, we should. And Yamcha's like, no way, those guys are out of our league. There's no chance we could help. We'd just be getting in Piccolo's way. And the scene ends though with Krillin being the first to recognize Cell's energy signature as he is rushing to meet or rushing to catch up with Piccolo, fighting 17 and 18. One of my favorite things about this moment in like I think overall Dragon Ball is like the folks that can sense ki, and Krillin, since he's already sensed Cell's ki once, is like more tuned into it. So like it kind of hits him in a wave. Krillin notices first, then Tien, then Roshi, then Yamcha. And I think Roshi says something along the lines of,
Ooh.
That's right, boys. That's pure evil. Only Cell could emit that kind of evil. Something like that.
Real potent. Kind of close to how my key. Wait a minute. Let's not dig into this.
But we can dig into Cell, because it's the final scene before the commercial. Cell getting excited, flying towards the fight, talking about, I can finally become perfect. I'm so excited. And he rushes off, no longer hiding his key signature. Cell is incoming, rushing off at full speed.
In mine, he's just doing gross yells towards the end. Like, yeah! Yeah!
Also good. I think the dub needs to incorporate more random yells, and the sub should just get more jokes in subtitle.
The two need to meld. The two need to fuse.
Just like the two of us need to take a break and cut to commercial.
Welcome to the best idea for a podcast of all time. This is Champs in the Making,
A Pokemon bracket podcast where we take every one of these creatures in the Pokemon video game franchise,
put them in a bracket together and find out which one the best one is.
Starmie gives me like organic, free-range, gluten-free, like fidget spinner energy.
Swallow can swallow a tire whole in one gulp.
Ladybug looks like it is ready to give you so many high fives with each of its little mitten hands.
I don't like Weird Ear's face.
It's got a big testicle for a nose, for sure.
I think Nidoking's favorite beer is PBR.
Okay.
Champs in the Making, a Moonshot Network podcast about Pokemon. Find it wherever you listen to podcasts or first at patreon.com/moonshotnetwork.
All right, we're back. Watching Bulma do her work, trying to figure out how to shut down the androids. I think the last time we checked in on Bulma, she was close to figuring out a device like a remote that could shut them down using some kind of wave signature, something. Too smart for my blood. While this is happening, Trunks is crying. Dr. Briefs cannot console the little baby boy. Look, this is an old show. So we get some old references and like
Okay.
it's a little on the sexist side, where Dr. Brees is just like, Bulma, I need your help. Not really, she's working on something that could save the entire planet, let alone the universe. Like give the woman more time and figure out how to soothe the baby on your own, grandpa. All right. That's part of your job, grandpas, grandparents. Get in there and help. Then Yajirobe walks in.
When you're talking about sort of the dab of misogyny, I thought you were talking about Yajirobe.
I think they're both responsible for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yajirobe even more. I think he has a line that just says, take care of your kid. Like she's a neglecting mother.
Yeah, it's just like, you're the mother, you got to take care of her. And that he ends the whole thing with like, that kid's going to turn out bad because of this.
Yeah, exactly. Because Bulma was busy for, and I think a concentrated 48-hour span, which the scene is described. Oh, so Yajirobe, what's he eating in that scene, Aaron? Are those just like rolls, eggs?
Just buns.
Just buns? He's just eating buns?
Just a bunch of pork. He's got a arm, not a handful, an armful of pork buns, it looks like. Just, I like buns. Can't you take care of the kid? I'm busy. Kid peed on me. Don't forget.
Twice. He did pee on him twice.
I get it. You're mad at this kid. You're mad at this baby.
I also didn't realize that because the last time we saw Yajirobe, he was in a car that exploded over a city.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the man was
flown around.
Oh wait, no, he got flown around on Gohan's back.
Yeah.
All right. There we go. And Gohan dropped them both off there we go. All right. I figured it out.
Okay. I thought you meant, what is he doing there? I'm like, he's freeloading, baby.
No, he's freeloading.
That's what he's doing.
That's what every guy that Bulma brings back to Capsule Corp does.
Wait, you're rich? Okay, cool. Call me whatever.
Sure, I'll be a dad. Beats living with that cat.
I'm not a stepdad. I'm the dad that stepped up.
Oh.
To tell you to take care of this kid.
Oh, he brought it full circle. Woo!
Yeah, Jirobe, come
men are back.
It's been a long couple years, boys, but we did it.
That's right. Put your hand down the front of your pants and lean back.
Lift that toilet seat up.
You know what?
And leave it there.
Be a real man. Take the lid off.
You don't need it. That's for cowards.
Real men sit on the porcelain when they have to go.
If you can't do a weird sitting plank like Jackie Chan while you're doing your business, turn in your tool belt.
It's one of my favorite action sequences of any Jackie Chan movie is when he squats to sit and they pull the toilet seat out from under him. He does all that work with the paper.
Kicks the roll up in the air and then like backflips to wipe himself.
Never using his hands.
Yeah, he doesn't have to. He still washes them.
Oh my God. The next Karate Kid's going to be epic. I can't believe they're really doing that.
Where the two worlds meet.
Where the two worlds collide. Does that mean Jaden Smith is going to be there? Right?
He is that too much star power? No, not at all.
No, not yeah. What are we talking?
Is that too much budget? That's the real.
That's
question.
the thing. Like, what's this kid's rate? Too high. After all that talk his mom's been saying. She was
this kid's
there.
box office poison.
Absolutely. He's also anime poisoned. His anime was trash.
I recently discovered that he did a song, I think it's called Feeling Like Goku.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't believe we never talked about this. Because I finally saw, I don't think we ever have.
We haven't talked about this? I think I posted about it.
Maybe. Because I just saw the it's a couple years old. I just saw the video and I'm like, this video is real bad.
Oh, yeah. The music video is terrible.
And the song's not good.
Just, I think he got by with a hook. And at the time, not enough people were referencing Goku. And I was like, Goku! Then my mouth.
Is he technically like a mumble rapper, if I'm using the term correctly?
We don't have time to get into this. The
Okay.
designation between mumble rap.
You sure?
Look, no. Jaden Smith is not a mumble rapper.
Okay.
He does mumble rap sometimes, but he's not a mumble rapper. Okay, I think there's a
square rectangle
kind of situation, and he's a bad one of both.
I'm excited for you to have another beef with someone who raps.
Hook, first Nick Cannon, now Jaden Smith. I'm coming. Hollywood, I'm coming.
I think the scene ends with Bulma. First, she's like, no, Trunks is going to be okay. He's going to turn out to be a cool and handsome young man. Which is, yeah, you're right. But I like the paradox, the kind of thinking of just like, Bulma's like, it doesn't matter. I can do whatever I want. He's going to turn out great. But Bulma has officially finished the device.
Oh, yeah. A device that can shut down Android 17 and stop Cell from absorbing them. We got to cut back to this fight. I think this is a very cool part of this fight. Piccolo and 17 are trading blows. They're firing invisible ki blasts at one another, hurling each other through rock faces, and oh my God, punching each other so hard in the stomach. Right? Are we there? Oh no, that's a little later.
You skipped.
I skipped something. Sorry.
I was waiting to say under the sea.
Yeah. I skipped the under the sea portion.
It's just that 17 goes below the water. He's kind of pissed. He starts charging up. He starts just boiling the water around him. Piccolo goes down to try and fight. Then Ash tells 17 to use Bumblebee.
Yes.
He does. He just shouts.
He shouts and creates a bubble, fires it at Piccolo, who has to counter. And it's a massive explosion that erupts underwater, and the two emerge, trading blows, and then fly off, presumably to another island. They go over the horizon.
And 16 and 18, they're just following.
16's like, I'm almost finished the newest episode of the Cleveland show.
I'm gonna wipe that hard drive of yours, 18. You're so annoying and unfashionable.
Uh-oh. Cleveland's best friend is a bear, and there's honey.
Let me guess, the honey somehow got into Cleveland's crotch.
Play Cleveland audio. Oh no, my crotch is sticky.
Well, Cleveland, I'm going to eat. That's right. I remember the voice of the bear, kind of. I have to eat it, honey. It's a bear necessity.
Ha ha ha, ha ha ha, ha ha ha.
Are these just MP3s? There's no video for this. Did Dr. Gero and they sound like a tape recorder up to the speaker? Because I hear Dr. Gero laughing in the background.
It's the worst way to consume Family Guy. Oh man. Oh, you could not pay me to listen to an episode of Family Guy that was recorded on a tape recorder.
There's people yelling. You hear a fork scraping on a plate.
Why is that there? How do people enjoy watching it like this?
The bong rip at the beginning.
In the middle and the end.
You gotta cap it off.
How else will you come down from that natural high? Back at Kame House.
Yeah, my favorite part of the episode.
This is a good one. Bulma calls, Chi-Chi answers, enters the scene from the front door. Collect call from Bulma.
Shut up.
Yamcha without a second thought. Don't accept.
Shut up.
Yes. It's not until Chi-Chi says she figured out a way to stop the androids when all the guys in unison say, accept the charges.
No!
How good is that? How good is that?
That's delicious.
Isn't that great?
My God.
A joke that is a fossil of comedy. It's about the same level of Mike Atta Baby Eats a Boy. Y'all, if you're not our age, if you grew up with a cell phone, you never used a payphone. This is not for you.
I was not smart. And I would not just say, hey, come pick me up in the name of the collect call. I went with the full collect call. Because I think normally it was like, what, a quarter? And then I think it was 1-800-COLLECT. Is what I would use. So it was like $1. My parents didn't get that mad.
Yeah, it was more like at the time, like as payphones were phasing out and cell phones were becoming the norm, it was like going over your minutes was the big thing. Don't go over your minutes, because they were charging you dollars on the minutes.
You can call me after 7.
Yeah. Back when if you were on T-Mobile, you could only call 5 people for free.
Friends and family.
Friends and family discounts and plans. Oh, if I want to talk to my best friend, I got to tell my mom to add them to the family plan so I can call them or text them. Or I can only call you after 7 or they'll charge me. Like that kind of stuff.
People didn't want to text for a pretty long period of time.
They demonized it behind inexplicable bills.
weird charges.
You want to tweet from your T9 word enabled phone? That's 35 cents, dog.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you want this ringtone of a banana saying peanut butter jelly time?
God,
it's $1.
God
it's a whole 99 cents.
God forbid you want apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur to play. That's $2.
Oh, you want a ring back? So if they call it's not just a ring, they get a Dave Matthews Band song.
Oh, Lord.
It was the Wild West.
It was awful.
Now we pay a large lump sum for everything.
And you don't own a device ever.
Mm-hmm. No, never. But Krillin wants to own this device because he asked Bulma to please. He's like, I'm sorry, but please, can you come bring this device right now? Because Piccolo's fighting for his life, and Bulma's off. But then they start thinking about it. They're like, oh man, we're finally going to be able to destroy the androids. Krillin starts thinking, destroy. And he starts thinking about that one brief, barely existing moment he had when 18 gave him a peck on the cheek. And everyone's like, Hey, Krillin, what's wrong? He's like, nothing.
I don't have a quarter chub right now.
Well, what do you mean? Why do I have this notebook in front of me?
Hey, Krillin, did you get that pillow from inside?
All right, Krillin's doing squats.
That's right. Definitely squatting for my life. Gotta get ready for those androids. Especially the blonde one.
Look, he's adjusting his waistband to get ready for a fight, I bet.
That's right, Tien. I just want to do something with a K to that dastardly Android 18. I don't know what the word for it is.
Start with a K? You mean kick their ass? All right.
Yeah, kiss their ass. I mean,
Don't worry, Krillin, your secret's safe with me. I sensed your key.
Oh man, I thought I was hiding it well. Guess I got more learning to do, Master.
It's we all wear sweatpants. There's no way. It's just gonna be out and about, Krillin. We should all wear jeans.
Oh boy.
Dude, just run some laps.
Okay.
Or just go in the ocean until this blows over.
All right. Just dipping my waist into the fire's coming out from his
strong wave, I guess.
Oh, Master.
Turtle, put that drum set away. God damn it.
I have to learn somehow.
I gave you the electronic one so you could do the headphones.
My YouTube tutorials say I don't need headphones.
What? Are you watching that lady who does the Toad voice as she drums?
I'm 300 years old and I can do what I want.
Yeah, there you go. That's it. All right, we got the youth back. We lost him when we talked about collect costs. We got him back, baby.
And
see.
Oh man.
And
but yeah, poor Krillin. He's catching feelings so quickly.
Mm-hmm. He's never been kissed.
Never been. I want. There's no Krillin pun for that because his name starts with a K and it never been Christ. Oh,
yeah. Every Krillin begins with K. I know.
There we go. All right. K Jewelers. We'll take $350,000 for that campaign.
I'll take mine all in necklaces. So 3.
Yes. 3 of your conflict-free necklaces. But I love a good conflict. So we got to get back to this fight. 17 and Piccolo are trading blows. And I jumped the gun.
There are two things very quickly. I think we need to, because it's just a bit. Bulma's trying to leave, and we widen out to see that Yajirobe is holding her back because she's trying to leave without Trunks, and she should. It's a baby
going to a war zone.
Get a robot made. Hire some help.
Yeah. Uncapsule some help. Oh God.
Put that baby in a capsule.
Hey, how about that?
We know it works.
We know
it works. Everyone out there, put your baby in a capsule. Please don't. We're not. Disclaimer. Please don't put your baby in a capsule.
Disclaimer, we are both childless.
Yeah. Unless your name is Jor-El. Don't put your baby in a capsule.
Oh, love a Jor-El reference. Everybody's always talking about Kal-El. Nobody's ever talking about Jor-El.
Yeah, they should make a TV. They should make a show about Kal-El's dad.
Coming in batches of 2 episodes on Apple TV Plus.
Wait, 2 years between.
One season will last 3 years.
We go up. We go back up to the tower because they're still waiting on Vegeta and Trunks to come out of the chamber. And Goku's getting a little impatient. He's like, Vegeta's strong, and he should be able to break the Super Saiyan barrier by now. What's taking him so long? He needs to hurry up. And I'm like, Goku, he's just doing you.
Yeah.
How many of your friends have literally died because you took your sweet time?
Look, I was looking through some of our old posts, and I got to a slideshow of Goku on Snake Way. Homie was in no rush, okay? Homie was in no rush on Snake Way.
If you're stopping to take baths.
Oh, yeah. Dance lessons. Dropping down to the Home for Infinite Losers, racing a couple of ogres. You got no time to complain.
You slept on the back of a Zamboni.
Yeah, Goku.
A street sweeper. But then now I think we can get to this last bit.
Yeah. Piccolo and 17 are squaring off. This is like round 3 of this fight. They do one of those, like they take their fighting stances an inch closer to each other, kind of circling around each other. And while this is happening, you just see Piccolo's ki rising off of his body, going from transparent to glowing white around him. But then the two just trade savage punches. And when I say savage, I mean punches to the gut that stick out of the back, like all the way through their body, like punches no one should be able to come back from.
They are literally blowing each other's backs out.
And this goes on for a little bit. Like when it's like 8-10 shots just, and it's that wonderful Dragon Ball hit sound that I don't know if any anime has come close to, like that visceral, like that ping hit crash sound of Dragon Ball when haymakers are being thrown. And this is so good. It's like, it's peak Piccolo, and I love it. It's the best.
They're evenly matched. I think when they take a little break. They're like, we've stretched out enough. let's rearrange the torso. 17's like, okay, I get it. We are evenly matched, but I'll never run out of energy, baby.
That's it.
I deny the laws of thermodynamics in here.
I mean, come on, science. Let's get to this. We need Android batteries, not not whatever Tesla's cooking up.
Yeah.
Those things can't even get wet.
I understand if you don't want an Android battery in on my checked luggage.
But think of the possibilities. And the worst possibility comes true. Because as they're getting ready for round 4, Cell shows up. And like just leaves Piccolo shaking in his boots. But 17, 18, and 16 have no idea or are not seeing Cell as a threat just yet.
Pretty nonplussed about the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. And Cell has a little something to say to Piccolo. I have to thank you, Piccolo. Wait, what? Who's that?
A little Frieza coming out.
Is it a little Frieza? Yes, that was a little Frieza. But here, back to Cell. Thanks, Piccolo, for bringing 17 and 18 here. You will be witness to me finally becoming complete.
That's a good Cell laugh. Wow. Let's go.
I'm gonna become a complete. Wahoo! But that's it. That's where the episode ends. On that little cliffhanger. What's going to happen to the androids? Why aren't they aware of Cell? What is Piccolo gonna do now? Will Bulma get there in time? Is Krillin gonna do something stupid for love?
It technically worked out in the end.
Is Yamcha gonna get killed? I don't know. Is Yamcha gonna die?
Eventually. Just like all of us, man.
Just like, hey, shoot. That's some real truth. Just like the truth is, we've got some KHP research this week from master researcher Nick, who says, hey, Vince and Aaron, it's almost 1 a.m. in the morning, and I can't help but take umbrage with your guys making fun of Krillin's sense of smell. Normally, I wouldn't take this stance. Let's face it, it's stupid. But it is the canon, not Nick Cannon, of the podcast itself. And my brain won't let it go. So Nick goes on to say 3 years ago on episode 198 of the podcast, I wrote to y'all about how Toriyama joked that Krillin had a semi-permeable membrane in lieu of a nose. This came to a head in the very next episode when the fake Namekians pinched the Earthlings' noses as a way of saying hello. And Krillin's voice changed when the center of his face was pinched. Okay. Then Nick has some audio. We've got two little things to get to here.
Is it clips from our podcast?
Yeah, there's a clip from 198.
Okay.
And let me share.
You're telling me we gotta have an inception?
We're incepting right now.
Okay.
I'm also sharing audio. So here we go.
Okay.
Say finally, Krillin was able to smell that food trap because, according to Toriyama, Krillin has a semi-permeable membrane where his nose should be. I'll say finally, Krillin was able.
All right. So that's the first piece.
Okay.
Then here's the. Is it sharing the right one?
You got to share another one.
Yeah. Here we go.
Change
Sharing.
the share. So that was us reading Nick's
That was us
previous email.
reading Nick's previous email.
So I guess to prove that we do know about we've known about this.
That's what Nick is saying. That's what Nick
Okay.
is saying. So let's see the results of us after
Okay.
getting that notification.
Krillin having a membrane instead of a nose. I think we have to say now that is canon, not Nick Cannon.
Oh, that's
look,
cute. We had our noses for it. We're so funny.
Krillin having a
That's all this
membrane instead of
proves.
a nose.
Yeah.
I think
So Nick, thanks for letting us know that we are indeed funny. Thank you so much.
I
And
assume that was the point of the email.
well, Nick ends the email with saying, "I officially know more about Kame House Party lore than you guys, and I hope that God will absolve me of my sins. Keep fighting, Master Researcher Nick. P.S. I think I've come down with Researcher Madness, that or sleep deprivation. P.P.S. There's a Spider-Verse joke about canon events somewhere in there."
Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
We're still in spoiler free zone, I think, for that guy.
Exactly.
Look, does God forgive you? If he did, it might go a little something. Nick, it's cool. Whatever. I'm in Piccolo now. I don't care. This is my retirement. You think I want to hang out with those ghosts that are in the tower? They're jerks.
No, nobody wants to hang out with those ghosts.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm scared of them. Don't get me wrong. I'm no Ray. No, what's his name?
Ray.
The Ghostbusters song man. Ray Stevens
Ray
Jr.
Steven? Oh, Johnny Reyes Jr.
No. Johnny Reyes.
No.
Ray-
No.
I think Ray Stevens is a parody songwriter. Of
Shout out
such
to Ray
hits.
Stevens.
I think I'm
Don't
not
know.
going to look this up. Anyway, you're forgiven.
Thank you, God.
All right, I'm going to go back. I'm going to watch Piccolo beat ass. This rules.
Front row seat.
Mhm.
Oh,
Me
jealous.
and Nail are chomping on popcorn.
Oh, Nail. We miss Nail.
Mm-hmm. You want to say hi? No, he's shy. He's tuckered out.
Oh man. Oh wow. That look. Thank you, Nick. If you've got your own research to send in, send it to us and hashtag it KHP Research. If you're out there on the internet and you got something to tell us, hashtag KHP Research. Look, shout out to a lot of folks who've been tagging us recently in like funny posts and things.
Mhm.
I'll have to find a way to bring them into this forum, but thank you for the engagement, and a tip of the hat to you and all y'all who follow, like, share, and subscribe. Another big thank you to our Patreon supporters. And look, if you're not sick of this, check us out every Wednesday. We're playing a variety of games and having a variety of fun over on twitch.tv/Kame House Party. This week, maybe by the time this airs, we'll be playing a very fun Gundam fighting game that we're not going to be good at, but we're going to have fun playing it. If you got time, go back, watch some of our videos of the last couple of weeks. We had a lot of fun with the sickos, talking about the Game Awards. We played Game Awards bingo. After some technical difficulties, we still had a fun time talking about video games. Baldur's Gate 3 won Game of the Year. Hooray. Good for Baldur's Gate. People love that game.
They did it.
They did it. They made a really good game.
A game that took 6 years to make.
Yeah.
One.
A game so good, other developers was like, do not expect this from us.
If a game makes people quit the industry, I feel like that's a good game.
Yeah. It's way better than a Cyberpunk DLC.
But it's an ongoing game, Vince.
Eat my ass, Jeff Keighley. Speaking of ongoing games, I think you're still thinking too hard about anime with your co-host Noah. So go ahead and check out Aaron's other podcast, the easiest anime listening podcast there is. That's my tagline for y'all.
Thank you for not saying, speaking of eating ass.
But if you're hungry, you may notice we got some Tokyo treat boxes in the background. They're a little sponsor. So you can still get your Christmas treat box. It's a perfect Christmas gift by using our affiliate link in the show notes or going over to tokyotreat.com and using promo code KAME. That's promo code Kame. Promo code KAME at checkout for $5 off your first box. Look, Santa loves these things. You should too.
Yeah.
Okay. You got until December 15th to get your Christmas box. Send them to your loved ones. Doing so helps out the show. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Send them to your hated ones.
Yeah. Send them to people you hate. Make them question.
Yeah. Send mixed signals to people.
Yeah. And you can use Tokyo Treat.
And these mixed snacks.
Oh, baby. 20 original or 20 unique.
Up to
20 unique Japanese treats and snacks, limited edition Kit Kats, talking extra flavorful potato chips that you can't get here in the States. And look, comes with a little snack book that tells you all about the snacks you're getting, so you're never lost on your journey, on your snack venture through Japan. So yeah, go to tokyotreat.com, use promo code Kame at checkout. Tell them Kame House sent you. And lastly, we are part of the Moonshot Network. So if you like us, you'll love the Moonshot Network of podcasts. And if you need more convincing, all you got to do is go over to moonshotpods.com, take a look at the library, and look. One thing I'll say, if you haven't listened to the Podcast Minds, Good Morning Nintendo World, or Good Morning Mario Land, damn it, listen to the episode that Marn guest stars on with Riley and Andrew. It's a lot of fun. They're all good people over at Moonshot. That's moonshotpods.com. They're also on Twitch, twitch.tv/Moonshot Network. Tune in to all of their exciting streams. I think that's it in terms of plugs and calls to actions.
It's time to put me in a capsule.
Oh yeah.
And ship me off until next week.
Capsule me until the holiday break because I'm done. And
capsule me up, Daddy.
The only thing that is on my wish list is a long break. But look, whether you are hiding your key from someone you love, or you're calling out Scott for being a nerd, bruv, you gotta. Is that not Cyclops' real name, Scott?
Oh yeah, it is Scott. You're right.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Scott. No, I was just like, who the fuck is Scott?
Whether Aaron knows Scott or not, you gotta keep fighting. God.
Jane.
Logan, quit yelling. I'm in Cerebro.
Let me. Listen, Chuck. Take off the pasta strainer. We gotta find Jane.
I've told you this 1,000 times, Logan. It's not a pasta strainer. It's a helmet.
You've got enough of a helmet, Chrome Dome. Look, I push people away because I can't deal with my own feelings.
Logan,
I also don't know.
Logan, I already know. I can read your mind.
Wait, you're reading? Are you reading? Can you?
No,
think
Logan,
of what I'm thinking of?
don't show me that, Logan.
What, Jane?
Kame House Party.